So, what's your name?
Michael Galli.
What was your age when you served and current age?
I believe I went in and, at age 22.
And you are currently?
I'm currently 51.
So what was your rank when you were in the military?
I went in as an airman and I got out as a E5 staff sergeant.
So that would mean you served in the Air Force?
I did serve in the Air Force.
So what was your specialty?
I was a crew chief on KC-135s and also C5s.
So how long did you serve for?
I did 2 years active duty, 3 years reserves, and 2 years Air National Guard.
And where were you stationed?
I was stationed at Loring Air Force Base, Maine, Westover Air Force Base, Chicopee, Mass, and Pease Air Force Base in New Hampshire.
So what exactly inspired you to join the Armed Forces?
I think a lot of kids get out of school. I got out of college, wasn't really quite sure what I wanted to do, and I went in the military, basically as a learning tool.
Did you do anything beforehand, like volunteering-wise? Like any volunteer service, or basically what did you do before you had decided that you were going to go serve your country?
No, I just signed up.
Just signed up?
It was just one of those things,
It
wasn't it?
was one of those things.
So out of all the experiences that you've had, what would you say was the most important experience that you got?
I met a lot of friends. You do gain a lot of, I mean, you're going in it for the education, so you're obviously learning about what you signed up for to do. Mine was a guaranteed job, and so I knew I was going to be an aircraft mechanic.
So how do you feel like your service affected your life today?
You meet a lot of friends, like I said. You learn a lot of, there's different ways of learning. They teach you different ways of learning in the military versus sometimes in the private sector. And it's also a good thing to have nowadays, especially if you come out of the service. There's a lot of people that like veterans. They like to know that, you know, it basically shows that you started something, you finished something, and you dedicated, and it actually helped me move up at my job at work.
So what kind of advice would you give someone looking to volunteer today?
To go into the military?
Just
Yes.
say volunteering in the military or in general, just volunteering.
If you're not sure what you want to do, it's a good place to start. I think it's important to know what you're going to do. If you don't know what you want to do, they're going to find you something to do, so it may not be exactly what you want. So it's important to have, basically they'll set up a contract when you sign up, and you can get a guaranteed job. You know, so that's kind of important. 'Cause like I said, a lot of kids will go in there not knowing or signing up and having any kind of thought on what they want to do. And I mean, you could be in there doing kitchen duty for 4 years. So.
Is there anything final you'd like to say? Any stories, any important experiences?
No, I think you have to go in it with an open mind. As long as you know that you're going to be away from home. But you're going to meet a lot of people. You're going to be put in some situations. You may get duties that you don't necessarily prefer. I know some people personally that were in the Guard that got called up for Desert Storm, and you know, you're someplace for a year. It's really hot. You're out in the desert, and you might not appreciate it, but you signed up for it, and it's part of the job.
Would you say that out of all the experiences that you've had, what is the one that's had the biggest benefact on you, the best, almost like your best experience that you've had that's definitely
Stuck with you?
stuck with you and allowed you to almost
Improve yourself?
yes, thank you.
I think it definitely teaches you how to deal with people, cause, you know, you're in there with a lot of guys that have a lot of different ideas and stuff, and when it comes to performing a task, you have to all work together. So it pretty much teaches you how to do that, and, it gives you a different way of looking at things, on how you approach things, and kinda doing things more methodical than just like a free-for-all. There's no real, they have a certain way, especially myself as an aircraft mechanic, they'll teach you certain ways of doing things, and you pretty much have to do it that way all the time and follow the directions. Even if you think you're proficient at something, you constantly have to just do things the way that they want it done, because, you know, there's mistakes that can be made if they're not done that way. So you basically learn how to follow it by the book.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
What unit did you serve with?
I was in the 439th Airlift at West Hill Air Force Base. I was at the 42nd Bombardment Wing at Loring, and I forgot what it was that used.
What was that like?
Which one?
First.
The first one?
Yeah.
Loring? Loring is an extremely cold place. It's at the northernmost point. You're about 5 miles away from the Canadian border. It pretty much caused me not to like winter anymore. I've seen temperatures on a daily basis, -30. I've seen wind chills at -40. It's a pretty lonely place. The base is closed now, so nobody's really doing any duty there. But it was interesting as far as winters went.
Alright,
Thank you very much for your time.
yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.